Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be playing with the 10G, I think it's supposed to be like GLSEN Up by Morphe. I am very excited to play around with this one. I saw it online, a coworker actually showed me. It is just absolutely stunning. So I'm really looking forward to making some pretty cool looks. I don't even know at this point what I want to do yet, but I thought that maybe we could just play around and see what happens. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Brittany. This is Brit's Books and Beauty, where we discuss all things beauty and our favorite books that we might be reading right now. And I think we should just dive right into the makeup. I've already prepped my face with my, moisturizer, my eye cream and everything. And so we're going to dive right into priming. I did pick up a new primer over the weekend, so we're going to be trying out the E.L.F. Luminous Matte Face Primer with acai berry. We all know how I feel about pronouncing things. Okay, something I will note about this primer so far, it feels like a very heavy moisturizer. Even though it claims to be a matte makeup primer, it feels kind of oily. So I'm a little bit worried about how the lasting power is going to be on that. But we're going to let it sit, kind of soak into the skin a little. It claims to be a luminous matte primer, so I don't really know what that means. Normally, if you want to be matte, you're not really looking to be luminous. So we'll see how that sits. I'm going to go ahead and let that chill. So the next step that I'm going to take is to apply a layer of setting spray. This is actually a trick that I learned from Robert Welsh. He recommended putting setting spray under your skin and then topping it off with a hydrating mist at the very, very end to kind of bring some life back into your face. The reason he recommends that is because obviously oil breaks down makeup. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last Matte Charcoal Setting Spray. Okay, so while those products sit on my face, I'm going to let them kind of meld into my complexion and do what they're going to do. We're going to go ahead and move on to the eyes. So the primer that I will be using today is the E.L.F. Matte Putty Primer. It's actually not matte, it's just the E.L.F. Putty Primer. Next up, we're gonna dive right in. There's this really stunning glitter moment happening in this corner with the Respect, and it has little flecks of just about everything. So I was kind of wanting to do something with this deep purple because it's just beautiful, and then maybe something with Shine Hope and Keep It Kind. I like the idea of doing something like with a yellowy kind of gorgeous transition with a pink on the lid, which eventually will add that gorgeous glitter shade there, and then using that purple to kind of deepen everything up. So bear with me while we go on this journey and kind of figure this out. But I think I'm gonna start by taking that yellowy color, Shine Hope, and using that as a transition shade. Okay, so right off the bat, even the ones that don't look like it probably have shimmer or shine in them. So if you're not really into shimmers, it's probably not the palette for you, because I can tell already that just about all of these colors probably have a shimmer element of some sort. So I am going to kind of change up my technique here, knowing that. I'm going to go for a little bit of a denser brush so that I'm picking up more, hopefully. It is definitely acting like a traditional shimmer shade in a sense that it does not really want to be picked up by the brush. So, but I want a certain shape, so I don't want to use my finger. Okay, so I have that yellow color kind of as my transition. It might be hard to see because again, these shimmer shades, not super pigmented. If you wet your brush and then go in, it does pick up a little bit more pigment. Okay, so I put a little bit of setting spray on that brush and I'm gonna go in and try to pick up just a little bit more concentrated color. I feel like that really worked well. We're a little bit more visible in terms of color, and we can always do a softer line later, but right now I kind of wanted a little bit more of a structured line so you can kind of see. I'm gonna go put this really deep purple on the eye and try to create a little bit of shape, and then we'll go in with pink. So I'm basically having to take my brush and pack on the color and then blend it out. One of the issues I'm noticing with this palette is because everything is essentially a shimmer shade, it requires a little bit of a different technique. So it's not just picking up a product and going with it. Shimmer shades are very difficult to work with brushes. And so typically you'd be applying most of these with your finger, but I'm wanting a little bit more of a precise placement, and I am horrible at using my fingers for that. So I'm using a brush, but I'm certainly packing it down and then kind of blending. So I am noticing that is a little bit of a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that pinky color on my eyelid and see what that looks like. So the eyeshadow does not seem to want to be sticking to my eye primer. It's coming out a little bit patchy. So that could be a primer issue. It's just not wanting to stick. All right, I guess we'll go finger. Okay, so much better application with the finger. Let's pop some glitter glue on. I'm gonna go ahead and get my complexion done. I don't think you guys really need to hang around for that. Nothing's really changed complexion wise, and then we'll smoke out the under eye. All right, so foundation is on. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some concealer. I'm gonna be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm in the color Light 12. I'm gonna use a little bit on my nose just to make sure foundation stays there. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of setting powder. I am not a big fan of coating my face in setting powder. I tend to look very, very dry. I have some pretty fine lines around my eyes. I'm not really interested in accentuating that. So I just do a little bit in areas where I tend to lose makeup. So I wear glasses, so I tend to put some on the bridge of my nose there, around my nose because I'm an oily gal. I'll use what's left on the brush just to kind of set down my cheeks and around like my smile lines, a little bit on my chin. Just areas where a oily gal like myself is gonna just get a little bit harder to keep makeup in place throughout the day. Very, very small amount. Oh, I'm using the Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent Powder. All right, so something that Robert Welsh said that kind of hit home for me, and it kind of has guided the way that I do my face, was that the more product you have on the face, the more product that your oily skin has to break down. So I try to keep things pretty freaking light on my face because I don't, you know, I can't stop myself from being oily, but I certainly can stop myself from looking absolutely horrendous when that happens. So moving on, we're gonna bronze. I'm gonna use the Gigi Gorgeous bronzer duo. It's the 6 Sculpt is what they call it. Going to be using the darker of the 2 shades to bronze. And for blush today, we're going to use Elizabeth Mott's Show Me Your Cheeks. It is a peach pink right there. And then for highlighter, we're going to do the Suva Beauty like highlighter. It says Chrome Illuminating Drops. It's a warm tone, so gold is what we're gonna go for. And I'm gonna put the product on my hand and not directly on my face. So I'm gonna tap it in. I do feel like those drops interfered just a little bit with my foundation, but you know what? We weren't really full coverage to start with, so it's not like a huge deal. But yeah, I do feel like it's pulled a little bit of foundation off. So I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Blender and just kind of. So I like that highlighter. Obviously, I have a little bit of work I need to do with it, but I like it because it doesn't look like I was beat over the head with a highlighting stick. It's a very subtle glow, which is kind of, with the highlighter, it's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke out that under eye with that blue and try to bring a pop of something, something. Okay, I do kind of like that. I think that may have been the something we were missing, because this just was kind of looking a little blasé considering how stunning these colors are. So I'm feeling a little bit better, but definitely have some thoughts on this. So let's go ahead and do our eyebrows. I think instead of filling them in with a pencil today, I'm just gonna use brow gel. I want really my eyes to kind of be the focus of this look. We're gonna be using the Makeup Revolution brow gel in dark brown. Okay, so what I like to do is if for some reason I have a smear or I get a little crazy and draw somewhere where I'm like, my eyebrows look really uneven now, I'll just take a big flat brush and go over it. If I feel like I've wiped away product, which in this case I feel like there's a little bit, just kind of a smudge there, I'll just go back in with my Beauty Blender and kind of blend that out. I don't really want to add any more product to my face. I feel like I have plenty. I think the next thing that we're gonna do is eyeliner. We're gonna go ahead and do the Essence waterproof eyeliner pen. It's a big favorite of mine. And we're gonna do lips real quick. For lips today, I just wanted something a little more neutral because I wanted the eyes to kind of be the star of the show. So we're gonna do NARS, like a lip crayon, and it's a velvet matte lip pencil in the color Intriguing. So we're just gonna do a real gorgeous kind of neutrally lip. If you have not tried these velvet lip crayons before, highly recommend them. They have a just absolutely gorgeous formula, and they come in all sorts of sample colors. I think they're really cool. Very, very soft and smooth, but you know, they last, they stay on, very comfortable formula. So, okay, I'm gonna throw a little bit of black liner on the waterline. I've been using the Essence Extreme Lasting 16-Hour Waterproof Eye Pencil. As you can see, I've pretty much used it down to nothingness. Okay, we're gonna throw some Essence Get Big Lashes. I know I use a lot of Essence products. I feel like that they are very cheap and you get decent quality. I will say with these mascaras, the Essence ones, so far most of the formulas have a tendency to flake. Overall, when you're paying like $3 for mascara, not really gonna complain if it flakes a little by the end of the day. This look did not really go the way I was anticipating. The colors are so vibrant in the palette that it just really is expecting a little bit more, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and follow up with a little bit of the E.L.F. Coconut Hydrating Mist. Recommended again. Robert Welch recommended putting setting spray under your foundation and following up with a hydrating mist at the end. Hopefully this is not gonna break up my foundation, so we will see how it goes. And I think with that, we're gonna call it a finished look. First things first, the primer. It was very thick and almost, I wanna say, oily. That's gonna be hard to tell because I have like 17 layers of stuff on my face. So I'm worried about transfer. I don't think that this is going to last all day. I will have to say it is kind of warm in here, so I am sweating a little bit. By the end of the day, we'll have to see where I am there, and I may have to change things up a little for the palettes. So this is kind of the whole point of doing this video today. I really wanted to play with this palette. I am a little disappointed. I was expecting something a little more vibrant, and they go on a little bit more sheer than I was expecting them to because there's so much color in this pan. So I expected a little bit more. The glitters obviously are stunning. I'm excited to continue to use those. This is a palette I'm absolutely gonna have to use with a different palette, like, you know, combined. Number one, because of how sheer these go on, but number two, they don't offer any precision. You know, if you want to do a very sculpted look, you aren't going to get anywhere with these because they are shimmer shades and really creamy. I will say they're very creamy, and they blend beautifully with your finger, but you get nothing really with your brush, and they had a hard time blending out with the brush. So no, you can't really get a sculpted look with these, and that's a little bit disappointing because I was hoping to do something a little more carved out. I'm so glad I did not get the idea in my head to do a full-blown like cut crease with these. I don't know what I was expecting, but it certainly was not this. Am I going to use it again? Absolutely. These are beautiful, beautiful colors. I think they're gonna pair well with a different palette, and these glitters are just like, I'm speechless. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. If you have the palette, I'd love to see your looks, so let me know what you've been able to do with it, offer any advice, and if you are brand new, I hope I didn't scare you away. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!